अस्सलाम वालेकुम डियर फेलोज, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज मैं आपको एक फुल प्रूफ रेसिपी बताऊंगी स्कल्पचर पेस्ट की। नो डाउट इट्स अ गुड रेसिपी और इसका रिजल्ट बहुत अच्छा है। वेरी नीट रिजल्ट एंड वेरी आप कह सकते हैं वेरी स्मूथ रिजल्ट है वेटल्स का। चेक कीजिए इसको। आई ट्राइड 2 flowers with this paste and check the result. These are very standing petals, very hard, brittle, and check the neatness of it. So जो चीज़ें चाहिए, the thing which I am required here are the knives. First thing first, knives चाहिए आपको. You need wood glue. Here in our country we have this wood tack and many other wood glues. They are basically known as German white glues. So you can get any wood glue from your side, but make sure कि ये जो glue है ये each and every glue have a different result. So this is the one which I found the best. There are so many other glues because it's a good brand. It's good brand over here in Pakistan. और बहुत सी और brands भी हैं, लेकिन I found it the best one. Second, the thing is the plaster of Paris. Plaster of Paris. This is also known as gypsum. Let me tell you the national plaster of Paris. Or there is nothing written in English, but it is also known as gypsum. It's a very cheap, you know, everywhere. We can easily find it in every country. So there is no big deal to get this plaster of Paris from there. Some metallic color just to make the shade. And the one more thing is the wall putty. It's a new wall putty. It is used for the as it is also used as wall filler. So I got this brand Berger from the local paint shop. Its color is white. और जब when you find the white color, you no need to add white acrylic in it. But when you add color, the color get bit light after get drying. Because when I make these flowers, the shade of the pink a bit darker. When it get dried, it decolorated. So make sure कि whenever you use color, always use 2 tones darker color, because it will change its color into lighter side. So I'm going to tell you how to make a texture sculpture paste or with these 3 ingredients only. So let me start it from the wall putty. This is the wall putty. I got the quarter drum. The size of the drum is quarter, like 250 grams. So I'm starting from the wall putty, wall filler, wood filler, not the wood filler. Basically these are the wall fillers. I think wood filler may also work, but the wood filler are commonly found in different shades of wood. So I prefer to get the wall putty. I just take 1 teaspoon of it because I'm making in a small batch. And the next thing is the wood glue. I just open the packs just in front of you because people thought that I'm using something else, but literally the thing which I'm showing is the final thing which I'm using. So don't you worry about it. So I'm using half teaspoon of it. So double the amount of putty and half of it is the wood glue. Mix it well. At this stage you can add color, so all the wet ingredients get incorporated very well. So I'm using orange right now. When it gets dry, it get a bit lighter. So here is the last thing which I'm going to use just to make it harder. So I'm going to open the pack. I don't know the consistency of I don't know the amount of the plaster of Paris because it always comes out after mixing, because I need a little bit harder in consistency. So I'm for the start, in the beginning, I'm using 1 teaspoon of plaster of Paris. You cannot store this mixture because plaster of Paris get dry very fast. So whenever you wanted to make flowers, you have to make the paste at that time. It can get stored in airtight jars or anything else, because the gypsum or the plaster of Paris has the quality to get instant drying. Glue, why I did glue? Because glue make this mixture a bit stronger. So I used 1 teaspoon in this mixture, and now I'm going to add half of it. So I use 1 teaspoon of wall putty and half teaspoon of glue, and right now I used 1.5 teaspoon of plaster of Paris just to make it a hard paste. Mix it well. If you find that your glue get a bit harder, you can add glue in it, or little bit of plaster of Paris in it. Sorry, little bit of wall putty in it, just to make it a bit softer side. So this is the hard paste I have made. You can see how smooth is it. You can also add some fiber. In sculpture paste, we mostly use 3 types of fiber. One is tissue pulp. You can make the powder of the tissue and add pinch of it in this mixture if required. Otherwise, no need to add the tissue pulp in it. Second thing is silk fiber, which is not available, so I cut it from this paste. So it is not necessary to get silk fiber in it. And the third and the last thing is you can also add sanitary pads, cotton, which is also known as cellulose fiber. So these are the 3 things, but the quantity of fiber is just a pinch in 1 spoon of wall putty. No need to add more. So the paste is ready, and you can see the consistency of it. Let me show you, it's a closer look. Check this. The paste is very smooth. Whenever you start working or during work, you must have had a wet towel or wet wipes, so you can keep on clean your knife and the surface area. So I'm going to start with the petal. First, there are so many lessons of mine of making flower, but those lessons are in my local language, Urdu. But you can understand it by watching the videos. In future, I'll try to make the videos in English language. So this is my first lesson ever, which I have made in this language. So I'm going to start making the petal. So what is the way is to keep the smaller portion of the paste from your right side or from the left side. I'm taking the paste from the right side of the knife, and this you can see the extended part on the left side. First you have to remove. In the first step you need to remove, so you can get the proper line over here. So keep on adding the paste. As soon as you keep it added, you can see the extended part over here. Try to take smaller wedges so you can get a good curls on the back side of the knife. So you can also use the back side of the petal as well. For example, here you can see the back sides. This is the back side of the petal. Let me show you. This is the curl side, which is the back, which I think has to be the back because it's a bit roughly, but sometimes you can see the back as well, and the front side has to be the smooth one, like this. So I have taken enough of the paste and keep on adding. You can see the petal is not falling, it's very stiff. So let us check how much we can add the paste and how the flower or the petal get bigger. So you can still see that the petal is not falling. Keep on adding, but it is curling. So I'm going to open it. Let us put it over here. I just press the knife, remove the excess, clean the knife with a wet towel. You can manage the edge of it, and this is the first petal which I have made with my new recipe with the sculpture paste. Okay. Let me make you a quick flower with using this paste. This is my first flower. You can press it. Now I have to make the petal from the right side. I have to attach the petal of the rose in my right side. So this is the part which has to be the top, not this part. So I just keep on adding the paste and add the petal over here. Just press and pull. Press the knife and pull it gently. Now I'm going to add the petal from the right side. So get the paste from the left side of your knife, and you can see the extended part from the right side of the knife. Keep on adding, and petal over here. So you can see how smooth and neat the petals are. Check the edges and the sides, and petals are not falling. So how thin the petals you can make, because the edge of the petals have to be thin. So I just keep on adding and just press it down just to get the whole petal like this. So check the thinness of the petal. It's not bad at all. So I just add the petal over here. At this stage you can add the color. So the center part of the flower should be a little bit dark. I will also show the result of it after getting drying, because you can after drying you can get the final color which color you get in the end. You must know. If you make the lighter color flowers, that won't be a big problem, but the darker colors might affect it, because the wall putty itself is in white color. So I'm now going to make the center part, just to show you that petal can easily get stamped. You can easily make any type of flower with this paste. Do try and let me know the result. I think you can also use texture paste, but that paste has to be for the purpose which has to be used on walls, or you can easily get the texture paste from the paint shop. Nowadays stenciling is very common, and stenciling and we use, the common painters use or artists use this that texture paste which is available at paint shops. I'm going to make the center part for this. Just curl out the petal. This space is not enough to make the one big flower, so I'll just make the center part just to show you the result. How to thin the petals? This is also a very common question. Okay, how to make the edge of the petal very thin? For this purpose, you need to press the petal, pull it out, and make it on your palm or on your finger. and use the clean and wet knife to make the edges thin. Keep the knife clean, and you can also add water or wet brush to make the edge of the petal thin. So this is how you can get a very thin center of the flower. I'm going to add the last petal just to show you the result of the paste. Wet your finger and wet your knife and just make the edge neat and thin. And this is the standing petal, and you can see that my petals are not falling at all, but very much in contact with each other. There's no need to support, there's no need to be worried about the shape, there's no need to shrinkage. Just the problem which I have faced is the color change. Color get a little bit lighter side, so but it's not a big problem. When you use polyurethane or any sealer or even lacquer spray, the color get little bit darker, because when the flowers get dry, it become a little bit lighter. And when you spray it or use PU or polyurethane or even Mod Podge, you dilute the Mod Podge, and you can use brush, fan brush or any other brush, so soft bristle brush, and use Mod Podge on it too, just to save it. The color get a little bit darker side. So this is the result of my new texture paste. You can see the flower is the petals are very neat. The petals are standing, and when it get dry, you can see the result of it. I can test it. I can did a fall test of it, how hard it is, but you can see these are better. Of course, when you hammer it, it will definitely get broke down. So this is the result of my new sculpture paste. Do try and let me know. I hope you will like it, and it will solve all of your problems. Watch other videos how to make flowers, just keep on practicing, and it will take a lot of time to get perfect flower. So don't worry about it. You need at least few weeks to get into it, but daily practice for about 1 or 2 hours is very necessary. So I hope you like it. Just give me the result of your flower, and I would like to see your work as well. Thank you so much. Here is the result of the flower. It's get dry, but not fully. Let me check its strength. It's very hard. It's brittle, and you can see it won't get broke if it falls. I'm going to try another experiment with it. I'm putting it in water, so I can see the result of it. Either it will get diluted or not, but it maintain its shape. Check this out. Nothing has happened to it. You can even wash it, but once you wash it, you have to dry it instantly. Don't soak it or dip it in the water. So here is the result of the flower. You can see, and its shape, it doesn't get shrink, it doesn't get break. Its color little bit get lighter, and it's bit brittle. So I hope you will like my recipe and enjoy it.